Okay, Sanhedrin, Tzadik Dalet Amid Beis, and the Shat and Gemara 94b4. End of the page of that. Now, in the Gemara, 6 lines from the end of the page of Tzadik Dalet Amid Beis. The Gemara is discussing now the whole story with Nebuchadnezzar. Not Nebuchadnezzar, Sancherib, put him. Sancherib, and the whole story with Sancherib. So Amir Avuna said, and that day that Sancherib made his advance to Yerushalayim, so the Gemara says he traveled in one day the journey of 10 days. And then Hashem Pashit made him come to Yerushalayim earlier. Shenamar, where do we see that it's happened? Shenamar Bo'al Ayas, he came to Ayas, Avad, B'Migrain, he passed Migrain, L'Michmash, Yavkid Kelov, in places towards the Michmash, Avru Mabari, he went through Mabra, Gavar Malin Lanu, Hilaja Giva, whatever, Gever. Charada Rama is quaked, base, Giva Shaoul Nasa, Giva Shaoul fled, Tzali Kelach Bas Galim Akshili, Yisham Bas Galim Harkan Layish, Aniya Nosis, Yipur Nosis, Nodra Madmana had wandered away, Yeshiva Ganim Yizu, the inhabitants have given and gathered together, Eida Yem B'Nei V'Lamed, he plans to stand all the way at the bottom of Tzadik Dalet Amid Beis. Eida Yem B'Nei V'Lamed, the very day he intends to stand the Neif of Yadi Arbasi and give it to Yerushalayim. Okay, so the Pearl, seemingly, the Gemara says all these 10 cities were mentioned on that one day when he traveled. But the Gemara says in 1 minute, it's not 10. You tell me it's 10, there's 12 cities mentioned in that pasuk. So why do you say he only traveled 10 journeys and not 12 journeys? So he says, Sali Kainach Bas Galim, the words Bas Galim is the Navi Yeshaya said, not in other that. It's not the traveling. It's what the Navi says to the Yidden. Saleh Kelech Bas Galim. What did he say? Bitu Shel Avram Yitzchak v'Yaakov. The children, Yidden, the daughters of Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. Shatz Mitzvah Gegali Yam. They performed mitzvahs as if they were the waves of the sea. Meaning, they didn't keep mitzvahs. That's why Sanhedrin was able to have this miracle of traveling 10 journeys, but the Gemara's question was, there's 12 in the main names in the pasuk. And our answer is no, some of them the Navi said. And then the Gemara says, Hakshiva liyashna, when Yeshaya said Harkan Layish, he was not referring to a place that's called Layish. He said to the Jews, don't be afraid of Sancherib, instead, you should be afraid of the future king Nebuchadnezzar. Okay, now, Sancherib came to destroy Yerushalayim. After you see, as we learned before in the Gemara, this trip was his downfall. Right? He was completely wiped out. But so the Navi Yeshaya said to him, don't be afraid of this king, Sancherib, because he's done. You should be afraid of the future king Nebuchadnezzar that's going to destroy the Yidden, make the exile the Yidden out of Yerushalayim. So the Lepel, Beis Galim and Layish, the Gemara answers, were not places, they're actually the Nevuah of Yeshaya. And then, Tzadik Amid Aleph. Then it says, Ani Anasis, what does Yeshaya mean when he says, Pur Anasis, Osid Yirmiyah ben Chilkiah. Eventually, the Navi, Yirmiyah, the son of Chilkiah, Umisnaba Lam Anasis, is going to say prophecy from the town of Anasis concerning the downfall of Yidden. Now, again, it's not a place. Gemara says he's going to say prophecy about in the city of Anasis, and he's going to talk about the downfall of the Yidden. Like the pasuk says, these are the words of Chilkiah. Min ha'kayan im asher ba'anasis ba'edus binyamin. The one from the Kayan, Yirmiyah Navi was a Kayan. So the pasuk starts off the book of Yirmiyah. Yirmiyah ben Chilkiah. The word prophets is of Yirmiyah. Min ha'kayan im asher ba'anasis. So therefore, when Yeshaya said the Navi, the city Anasis, he didn't mean the city. He meant Yirmiyah's prophecy that's going to prophesy about the downfall of the Jews through Nebuchadnezzar. Because Yirmiyah Navi prophesies about the Churban Bayis Rishon. Right, that's the whole book of Eicha and all that stuff. Anosis, the Gemara says, actually, what's the name of a city? Anosis. But that's where he lived.
But there's a meaning to it? It means to answer?
No, I don't know, whatever it's called. I don't know.
I thought that the Gemara was teaching this in this name.
No, the Gemara just said it does not necessarily a city. What it actually means is it's a prophecy of Yirmiyah who lived in Anosis. So the Gemara says, Dami, what's the similarity? Hasam Ari, in the Yeshaya's Nevuah, it says Nebuchadnezzar as an Ari. And here, he refers to him as Eliash. What's Eliash? Eliash is, I don't know, whatever. But the Gemara thought, one Navi is talking about Nebuchadnezzar, calling him a lion, and the other one's calling him Eliash. The Gemara says, no, what does it mean? Shisha Shemis Yesh La'ari. In Tanakh, there's 6 names for a lion. Tzadik Amid Aleph, a few lines to the top. There's 6 names for a lion. What are they? Ari, Kfir, Lavi, Layish, Shachal, Shachatz. So therefore, they're both referring to the Nebuchadnezzar. They're both calling him a lion. One calls him Ari, and one calls him Layish, but both had names for lions. So the Nebuchadnezzar was called a lion because he destroyed the base of Mikdash.
There are different stages of the same lion. These different names.
Lavdavka different stages.
Kfir definitely means
a younger one. Yeah, but they're all.
Kfir means a female.
Yeah, but it doesn't. It all refers to a lion, male lion, a young lion. They're all dangerous. There were female lions also destroyed. So now the Gemara says, if that's the case, Batzrul, then it's not 10, it's less than 10. In other words, the Gemara says, the Pasuk mentioned a bunch of cities, but the Gemara says there are 10. So the Gemara said, but there are 12. So the Gemara answers, no, a few of them was the Nevuah of Yeshaya, not the actual city. So the Gemara says, if that's the case, then there's less than 10. So the Gemara answers, Avru, my body, Tartininu. Avru, and my body is counted as 2 cities. So therefore, the pearl, there's 10. There's more names, those names refer to Nevuah. But he actually traveled to stop 10 cities, but the Gemara says the Jews were so bad, Hashem did a miracle. You can look at it in a positive way also. Hashem did a miracle that what's the name? Sanhedrin traveled 10 days journeys in one day. Another way you could look at it is Hashem wanted his downfall quicker. But whatever.
But he didn't destroy the Beis Hamikdash, he just scattered the Jews.
Sanhedrin and Nebuchadnezzar. No, Sanhedrin wanted to. He had a downfall. He didn't do anything.
Didn't he
He was.
In the previous year, you said that he promised them the same type of land, and then they left, and then they said,
no, but
this is even better. The Jews said worse than.
Yeah, but it wasn't. I know, but he didn't destroy them at all.
He didn't destroy. No, I didn't say he destroyed them. He exiled them.
Some of them were exiled, but they all came back.
Wasn't he the cause of the 10 tribes being exiled? That's what we said in last.
Yeah, but it wasn't the destruction of the Beis Hamikdash.
Right, that's what I said.
Right, the 10 tribes Taki he threw into Golos. Okay,
Africa.
but that was before. That was before this time. This time he came.
The second time he's attacked.
Yeah.
How do you know?
That's what it seems in the Gemara. Okay, now the Gemara says like this. In Yeshaya there's a pasuk which is the Haftarah of Achshin Shel Pesach, which talks about Mashiach. Says, Ei Dayim B'nei V'lamid. The very day, Sanhedrin, this day, Sanhedrin intends to stand in Neiv. Well, it simply means there's a city called Neiv. But the Gemara says, Amar Avona, what it means is, Eisa Hayim, that day, Nishtayim Avayna Shel Neiv. That day still remained, the Jews should be punished for the crime of Neiv. That means there was an opportunity for Sanhedrin to destroy the Jewish people because of the city of Neiv. Okay? Now, what happened? There's a city of Neiv as follows. The whole story brings on over here. Shaoul Hamelech wanted to kill David, right? Just like the Naftel Mochel Chedesh. He said, okay, he's dead. He's a dead man. So David Hamelech ran away from Neiv and from Shaoul Hamelech. He came to the city of Neiv, which was a city full of Kohanim. Kohanim. He told Achimelech, the king, the head Kohen, he was an emissary of King Shaoul. He didn't say, I'm running away from Shaoul, because then they wouldn't have protected him. He said, I'm a shliach of Shaoul Hamelech. So he gave him provisions and an army to assist him in his continuous journey, because he was running away. When Shaoul, one of Shaul's servants, Doeg, the famous Doeg Adaimi, was there, and he snitched to Shaul that the city of Neiv protected David HaMelech. So Shaul went and destroyed the whole city. Or the whole city. Okay? Okay. So Doeg was told to kill the whole city. Okay? Now, even though L'cha'era, the ones that destroyed Neiv was Shaul and Doeg, why should all the Jews... The Gemara says, when Sanhedrin came to Yerushalayim, he could have destroyed the city because of the sin of Neiv. L'cha'era was Yerushalayim after Shaul HaMelech with Doeg. What did it have to do with the whole city of Yerushalayim? Why should everybody be punished? So the Mefarshim say, because the entire nation was punished for this. Okay? Because Shaul, it says, if the people of Neiv would have been proper Koyanim, Shaul wouldn't have been able to destroy the city. So in other words, David HaMelech was punished because he made the story that he's a shliach of Shaul HaMelech, which wasn't true. Even though it's because nefesh, but still, on his level, David HaMelech was punished. The city of the says, the Maharal explains, Shaul could have not killed the Kohanim of Mishkan of Neiv if the nation held the sanctuary in proper reverence. That's his measure for measure. They didn't keep the Mishkan in Neiv. It was in Neiv, the Rambam says, for a while. And it was a city full of Kohanim around that Mishkan that traveled. And because they didn't hold the Mishkan in proper Derech Eretz, so therefore Shaul was able to kill them.
But he was the melech.
Huh?
Shaul was the melech.
No. You can't just go kill innocent people. And this sin, by the way, stuck. You know how many generations this is after David HaMelech? It's a bunch of generations. I mean, a few. Anyway, so the Gemara says like this.
Were the Kohanim also punished because they gave David HaMelech from Lechem Ha'Panim to eat?
No. Okay, so now it says like this. What's the story? So where tells the story? Hamelech Hadloi, the astrologer said to Sanhedrin, if you're going to go conquer Yerushalayim today, you'll be able to. In other words, right now is an opportune moment for you to conquer Yerushalayim. If you go now, you'll destroy it. If you don't go now, you're not going to be able to destroy the city. So what happened? He said, Sanhedrin determined, again, he was 10 days away. Correct? Remember, this is the story. He was 10 days away. The astrologer said to him, if you destroy Yerushalayim today, you'll be successful. So David HaMelech made this journey in... Sanhedrin made it in one day. Kimat Yerushalayim. So now, Yerushalayim had a wall around it, right? So he wanted to check out the city of Yerushalayim, tactics. So what happened? Shodale Bistarke, he piled a bunch of rugs, one on top of the other. He was able to climb up and look over the wall of Yerushalayim. Until he got up and he was able to ascend higher than the wall. Until he was able to see the whole Yerushalayim.
Rugs or rugs?
Rugs, R-U-G-S.
That's a lot of rugs.
A lot of Persian rugs. It was Persia over here.
That's a lot of rugs.
1 minute. Kichazia, when he looked on the city of Yerushalayim, Izute Beinai, it looked very small to him. Omar, he said, 1 minute. Allah da Yerushalayim? This is the famous city of Yerushalayim. The Allah Argishis Kol Mashirusa that I mobilized all my forces He was told Yerushalayim is who knows what. He takes a look over the wall. He says, not a very big city. He said, for this, I mobilized all my forces. Allah kvash kamedinda, and for which I will conquer. In other words, he said, I took the army that I conquered all the big countries with, I took it out to fight Yerushalayim. He said, look at this, what I did. It's small and weak. Mikol kacha maya, from all the other cities, the chavish b'tkev yodi that I conquered with my might. And this started bragging. So what happened? All of it kamel mageh bereisha. He shook his head and he said, Moval umayse bida al tur beis mikdash. He waved his hand at the Beis Hamikdash. Valazati Yerushalayim in the court of the temple in Yerushalayim. Okay? He put his hand like, what is this? It's nothing. And the Beis Hamikdash.
Decided not to do it.
No, he decided to do it, but not now. In other words, he basically waved his hand and said, this is nothing.
What about the rest of it?
1 second. Amr, he said, Nishdada beyada ayidna. Come, let's attack. So again, the soldiers said to Sanhedrin, because they remember what the astrologers told them, yeah? So he said, let's go destroy the city right now. Amalu said to them, you know what? Tamhisu, you're tired from the trip. Tomorrow, each one of you is going to bring me a piece of the wall. I mean, each one of you will take apart the wall brick by brick. We're building brick by brick. They're going to take it apart brick by brick, and then we'll go kill him. So basically, Sanhedrin miraculously pushed it off for a night. Right? He was told, you do it that night, you'll do it. And the soldier said, let's go do it. He said, no, you're tired. He probably was tired. Tired, let's wait until this is nothing. This will take 2 minutes to conquer. So what happened in the middle of the night? An angel of Hashem went, and he smote in the Syrian camp 185,000 soldiers. 185,000 soldiers he brought to conquer Yerushalayim. Yes? And the survivors, the few survivors, whatever.
The angel killed them?
Yeah. Woke up in the morning, Vine Kulam, Begada Mason, they were all dead corpses.
185,000 people?
Yeah. 185,000 people. Now, is it literal, Guzma, whatever? But this is what the Gemara says. They destroyed 185,000 people.
Corona in one night.
That's it. Amir Apapa said, Hainidami Inshi, that's what the people say, Baz Dina, Batal Dina. Justice which is delayed is justice cancelled.
How could the astrologers be so accurate? Right on the money.
They are on the money. Rabbi Kiva's daughter, unless, see, by Goyim they're always right. By Yidden, they even could do tshuva. They could do tshuva. But yeah, there's a koyach.
Why are they looking at it? I mean, the perfect night, only one night, 24 hours, they figured it out.
I don't know. But that was it's legit. I mean,
Like Bilam.
yeah. Bilam was actually a Navi, he's more than an astrologer.
Right.
Bilam. What?
I mean, how did he bypassed the rest of Eretz Yisrael to get to Yerushalayim? This is
No, he did. No, like he said before, he separated the Jews. But until you destroy Yerushalayim, you're not destroying the Yidden.
So he
Bayis Rishon, Bayis Sheni. That's the destruction.
accomplished quite a lot before he got to Yerushalayim.
Right,
In terms of destroying
right,
Israel.
right. But he didn't necessarily do anything along the way because he was running to get there.
And the Jewish forces that just let the guy through their borders?
They didn't have a choice. 185,000 people. Sanhedrin conquered the whole world. I mean, the whole civilized world at that time.
So he just came in, he barged into the country,
Yeah.
came all the way to Yerushalayim.
What do you think Napoleon didn't do that? Hitler didn't do that? That's what they did?
Those 10 cities, the small cities.
Yeah.
big miracle there. It's a huge miracle. 185,000 people.
Now, so the Gemara said before that David was punished also for Naiv, because he made up a story, right? So the Gemara says, "Vayesh b'Naiv, Yishbi of Naiv, yeah, V'Yishbi b'Naiv, Asher b'Yaldei Arafa, which were one of the children of Arpa." The Gemara is going to say like this: Arpa, you know, Goliath, the famous Goliath was a child of Arpa.
Who was the sister of Ruth?
Who was the sister-in-law of Ruth.
No, sister.
Sister and sister-in-law. Both. But that it says clearly it was sister-in-law. The Medrash says that you were both children of Arpa. Now, anyway, Arpa with these two giants. So he says like this. Yishbi was one of the giants. He was the brother of Goliath. Mishkal Keno, the weight of his spearhead, weighed Shoshmer's Mishkal Necheshes, 300 shekels of brass. That means his spear was very heavy. And he was girded with new armor. And he said what his intention was, Lahakis is David to kill David. Okay? Now, there was David HaMelech had a guy, Avishai ben Tzruya. My Yish ben Naiv, what does it mean that Yishbi was a Naiv? It means Isha Baal Iski Naiv. What does it mean? He came to destroy David HaMelech because of the issues of Naiv. What happens like this. Hamelech HaKadosh Baruch Hu David, Hashem said to David HaMelech, okay, Ad Masi Ya'av Zet Tomen B'Yodcha. How long will this sin of Naiv be hidden in your hands? Okay? Meaning, how long will you be unpunished for your part of causing the massacre of Naiv? Number one, because of you, the city of Naiv of Kayanim was destroyed. And because of you, Daigadaimi lost his chelik in Olam Haba. Okay? And because of you, Shaoul and his 3 sons were killed. Okay? By the Philistine. Why was Shaoul killed? Because he killed the Kayanim in Naiv. In other words, like this. Because of the Naiv story, yeah, Daigadaimi lost his chelik in Olam Haba. David HaMelech caused it, the problem. Shaoul and his 3 kids were killed.
But he thought he was going to keep us message.
1 second.
What happened to David?
1 minute, he's going to be punished. 1 second. He says, Hashem says to him, I give you 2 choices. Either your children will all be eventually wiped out, meaning Malchus Beis David won't exist, or you'll be given over the hand of an enemy. Meaning like this. Hashem says to David, everybody else was punished, except you. You have 2 options. Either your kids will be liberated, your descendants won't be anymore, or you'll be given over to the hand of an enemy and you'll be killed. Amalefanav, so David HaMelech said, it's better for me to be delivered in the hand of the enemy, that my children shouldn't be destroyed. Okay, that's what he said.
To give him a clear choice. Of course he would choose to be Golos himself rather than not having any descendants.
What?
It's a clear choice.
He picked, well, once he's going to change his mind soon. The Mashal explains, David's choices reflected his sins. For one part, by killing out Naiv, all the future children weren't born. Okay, that means he obliterated the future generation. On the other hand, he was given the choice of falling into the hand of enemies, because why did David HaMelech do what he did in Naiv? He didn't want to fall in the hand of his enemy Shaoul. So 2 things over here. Naiv, David HaMelech did, this is what the Mashal explains. David HaMelech didn't want to fall in the hand of his enemy, and he obliterated all the future children of Noach. So Hashem gave him, okay, I'm going to give you one punishment for the two sins. Which one do you want?
I understand, but we are learning that the whole thing is about Mashiach. Here Hashem is saying that there will be no Mashiach.
They have children already.
Did Hashem not know what he's going to pick?
But he already had children.
First of all, it doesn't have to mean all his children, because David HaMelech had 6 wives. So Mashiach is coming from David and Shlomo, so maybe that
Maybe from before.
branch, whatever. So Yom Echad Nafik Lishka Bezoi. One day, listen to this, David went hunting. He went hunting.
Because when he was a king, or
No, was a king already, sure. Asa Satan Vizdamale Betavim. Satan came and looked like a deer. The Satan came in the form of a deer. Pasik Begira, so David HaMelech shot an arrow at the deer to hunt it, and the Laimati, it fell short, it didn't hit the deer. Mashchit, so David HaMelech kept chasing the deer. The deer ran away, so David HaMelech was chasing the deer. Adaam Tiladis Plishtim. Until he ran so much, he came to the land of Plishtim. Okay, when Yishbi of Neiv saw David HaMelech, he recognized him. How did he recognize him? He said, this guy killed my brother Goliath. Yishbi was a giant. He said, I know this guy, he killed my brother Goliath. So, Kafte Kamte. He bound David HaMelech and doubled him over. He caught him, tied him up. He then cast him under an olive press. In other words, like this. And he sat on top of it to crush David HaMelech. He tied him up, bent him in half, put him in an oil press, and he was going to sit on top. Isavid Lanisa, the Eibishter made a miracle. The ground softened underneath. So instead of getting pressed, David HaMelech went down. You have widened my stride beneath me. My ankles have not given way. In other words, a miracle happened. Yishbi wanted to kill him. He managed to, that was a pretty good press. And he was going to sit on top of it. Because that's the press. Okay, what happened? That day, so even though, he didn't run away though. The Gemara says even though he was saved from death, but he was still a prisoner of Yishbi. Okay? So what happened? That day was Friday evening. Friday afternoon. Avisha ben Sruya was David HaMelech's second in command. Chayev Reisha Ba'arba Karba Damaya. When he went shampooing his head with 4 measures of water, the Gemara says that you basically went to the mikveh, right? Or bath. He used to bathe once a week every Shabbos. So he went to the bath and he washed his, why it's relevant, I don't know. But he washed his head with 4 measures of shampoo and, 4 measures of water, and chaznia kismei dama. He saw the water that he was washing his hair with, there was blood in the water. What happened? Or, ika da'amri, other people say, yaina itriv kamei. A yaina dove, which the Jewish people are likened to a dove, started thrashing in front of him. He was a great person. So one opinion says he saw blood in the water. Another opinion says a yaina started acting up. Amar, so Avishai said, Knesset Yisrael yaina imisla. The Jews are likened to a dove. Like it says, Kanfi yaina nechba bakesed. Like the wings of a dove covered with silver. So the dove, the Jews are likened to a dove many times. Shma mina, dove in Malkut Yisrael b'tzad rishon. So he interpreted it to mean Hashem is showing him that David HaMelech is in big trouble. He's in pain. So what happened? Asa lebeisa. So Avisha right away went to David HaMelech's house to see if he's there. Volei ashkechiu. He didn't find him. David HaMelech wasn't home. He was pleased him with this guy. What's his name? Yishbi. Okay, Amar, he said like this. So now he had a shaila. He said, the Nan, it says in the Mishnah Sanhedrin, in Reichin al Susa, you're not allowed to ride on a king's horse. Then Yeshvin al Kitsa, you're not allowed to sit on his throne. Then Mishtamsha b'Shavita, you're not allowed to use a scepter. So b'Chasta Sakona Mai, now he has to Shaila, can I use his horse? Now it's Sakona, for David, am I allowed to use his horse? So he didn't know. Also Shaoul be Madrasha, so he has to Shaila and base Medrash. Can I or not? Hamelech b'Chasta Sakona Shapadam, time of danger, you're allowed to. Okay? So they said, you could take his horse, or his animals. What happened? He mounted David HaMelech's mule, the Kanva Ozil, and he left. He was running. Kaf to Le'ada, and he had Kvitzas Haderech. Hashem made a miracle. He got to Plishtim very soon. Ba'ada Kamiska, when Avishai was riding, Chazer La'arpi Imei, he bumped into Arpa, Yishbi's mother. David Gav Navlo, she was spinning thread. She was, the women used to do that. She Chazise, when she saw Avishai, Paskal Pilcha, she broke the thread off her spindle. Shade Eloye, she threw the spindle at him like a dart. Savar Lemikdale, she wanted to kill him. She thought, I would kill him with this, needle. Hamelech, Avishai said to her, she said to Avishai, Alam, young man, Aisili Pelech, bring me the spindle that by mistake broke off. So what did he do? He's not to the full. He took the spindle and threw it and cracked her head open and she died. Because self-defense, right? Arba wanted to kill him, he killed her.
She was still alive?
Obviously. So Rus was also alive when David HaMelech was king. So now when Yishbi saw Yishbi and Neiv saw Avishai coming to him, Amar, he said, there's going to be two, Avishai and David, against me. V'katlina, they're going to kill me. It's interesting, even though he was a giant, but two would still be more powerful than him.
You know that David is still alive. He was sitting on it.
No, he didn't. The earth was soft, but he didn't sit. He wasn't sitting on him anymore. So what happened? So he wanted to kill David before Avishai came, because then there'll only be one guy against him. Paska David Leila. So he tossed David into the air. Listen to this. He was a giant, yeah. He took David HaMelech, threw him up in the air. And he put his spear in the ground below. That means David HaMelech would fall directly on top of the spear. He'll fall on it and he'll get killed. Okay? And the Mepharshim explained he could have killed David by simply stabbing him. He wanted to demonstrate his strength, his fellow Plishtim, that you see, I'm going to throw him up in the air and he's going to die that way. What happened? So Avishai is watching this. If still what's going on over here. Avishai watching it. Amar Avishai Shem. So Avishai said the Shem HaMeferish. Okma David ben Shmael Ada. So David HaMelech didn't fall down. Okay? So what happens like this. Yishbi throws David HaMelech up, puts his sword on the ground, that David HaMelech should fall on top of the sword and die. Avishai came, said the name of Hashem, and David suspended between heaven and earth. The name of Le'iyu. So the Gemara asks, why did Avishai have to do it? David HaMelech himself could have done it. Now the Gemara is off question. Why didn't David HaMelech say it? The Gemara says a very famous Gemara, a prisoner cannot free himself from prison. Okay? Bottom line, David HaMelech couldn't do it, because he was in the prison. Hamelech, so when David HaMelech so David HaMelech's mid-air, Avishai says to David HaMelech, my boy Sacha, what are you doing here? How do you get all alone in enemy territory? Hamelech, because Hashem gave me a choice of falling in the hands of the enemy or my children to be killed. How do I? And then this is what I answered him. I answered him that let me die instead. Hamelech, apach reverse your prayer. Change your answer. Why? Because Barbarach Kira Lisbon va'atlet tzai. It's an expression they say, let your grandson sell wax, which is the most demeaning job in those days. Poor job. About athlete to start as long as you don't suffer yourself. So he said basically, the Avishai said to David Hamelech, you made the wrong choice. There's a saying that a grandfather would rather have his children be poor than him suffering. Hamelech, so he said, Yochasai Badan. So if that's the case, help me get out of this danger I'm in. So that's what the pasuk says. Avishai ben Tzruya helped David. So Gemara says, Amar Rav Yehuda Amar Rav. What does it mean? She'azru b'tfilah. He helped him by davening. What did he do? Amar Avishai Shem. So Avishai again said the name of Hashem. Va'achte, and he came down back to the ground, but away from Neiv. Havakarad the Basrayu, but now Yishbi chased David and Avishai. Right? They were running away. Kimat Kube, when he came to the city of Kube, which was on the border, Amri, the people said to each other, Kumbe, let's take a stand against him. Okay? Why? Oh, Kimata Beitrei, when they reached a place called Beitrei, that this was futile, Bisrei Gurin Katular, can two whelp kill a full-grown lion? In other words, he said like this. First they said, David and Avishai, when they came to one city, they said, you know what, let's go fight him.
Let's go what?
Fight him. Let's fight the Yishbi. They came to another city, they said, what are we, crazy? Two people are going to fight a lion? We'll rip us both apart. So what happened? Hamelech, they said, Zil ishtakach, they said to Yishbi, they said to him, Zil ishtakach le'arpa imech bekivra. They said to him, go find your mother in the grave. And as they told him, your mother, do you know your mother was killed? What happened? Ki ad kirel shma di'ime, when they mentioned the mother's name, kochash chela, his strength failed him, the katle, and they killed him. And I was like this, they wouldn't be able to kill him. They mentioned his mother died, so his strength weakened, and they were able to kill him. Let's say just finished. The David soldiers swore to him, saying, they say to Edi Tunnel and Milchama, you will no longer go with us to war, now you saw not to be, the now you saw extinguished. Okay? Basically, that the fact that David and Hamelech narrowly escaped from this event, they said, you know what, you're not going, your mazel's not, you're not going with us to any battles.
No, you're not going?
You're not going with us to any battles anymore.
Who said to who?
The soldiers said to David and Hamelech, you're not going with us anymore to war because you're in a dangerous situation.
Because of the Shaoul.
Because of the promise Hashem said to him.
Couple questions.
What?
He killed Goliath, who was possibly stronger than Yishbi.
Okay, how did he kill him?
Got lucky?
No, well, lucky. You Jews don't say the word lucky. Hit him with a slingshot, yeah? Trust me, a stone ain't going to kill no giant. They understood it, correct. But over there, he was sticking up for Klal Yisrael.
This is just for...
Because Goliath was making fun of everybody. Right? The Gemara said he came twice a day and he didn't want the Jews to learn Shema. So David and Hamelech over there was thinking, so Hashem did a miracle. Here, Hashem is punishing for a sin he did. What do you think Hashem's going to save him like this? He's not going to do any miracles.
When he sat on David, David came out.
Okay, Hashem did a miracle.
And the other question is, Abishai was David's nephew?
I don't know.
Tzruya is his sister.
Tzruya is a man. Yoav ben Tzruya, Avishai ben Tzruya, they were brothers.
But Baruch Hu tells David, if you go this way and this way, choose one. And then Baruch Hu saves him through miracles.
God's a nice guy. Huh? Yeah, well, I don't remember. Could be I remember. But, yeah, that's what happens.